Hello everyone, this is Psy Soldier here. We are going to be starting a new Let's Play Mount & Blade Warband. We are going to be featuring the mod A Clash of Kings. In this Let's Play, we're going to be playing as a melee-focused character. Unlike our New Dawn character that was focused, it's kind of spread out on different things, focusing more on leadership. And our Perisno, that is an all-out archer. We're going to be a melee monster in this one. So, you go for a stroll into the streets of your hometown. When you hear that King Robert has been gored to death by a large boar, the fishmonger that you're speaking with tells you that Eddard Stark, the Hand of the King, tried to usurp the throne. But the valiant King Joffrey's advisors managed to foil his plot, and peace has surely been restored. However, a few days later, a wary traveler arrives with more news. Following the imprisonment of Lord Stark, the Northern Lords marched south to defeat the Lannisters and free their liege. They ambushed the army of the Kingslayer, routed his forces, and captured Ser Jaime. After which they broke the siege of Riverrun. All of a sudden, the odds seem to be turning against Joffrey, and his name is no longer shouted in the streets. Making a quick decision, you decide to strike out, hurriedly selling off your meager possessions to a fat innkeeper, and packing only the most essential. You finally feel like you control your own destiny, and that whatever course you take, great deeds await you. So our objective here, I think, is actually going to be to try and get as much agility as we can to start off with. I'm not exactly sure which it's obviously it's not a septum. A thief will give us 5 in agility. The reason being I'm going for agility is because I want to take my weapon master skill as high as possible. And in the beginning, strength doesn't really do a whole lot for you anyways, because you can't afford nor do you have armor and other equipment that actually requires high strength. So it doesn't really do a whole lot for you in that sense. So, now none of these options are really giving a whole lot in the way of agility here. And not even Thief. I would have expected that perhaps Thief might have given something decent, but it does not. So, with that said, I think we're probably going to go for a Man-at-Arms. So, you spend your early life, as we're probably going to go with a street urchin here. That's probably going to be the best option for agility, but we'll double check here. Craftsman Apprentice, obviously not. A Bard's Apprentice, actually that's about the same as a street urchin. Quite honestly, I don't see any difference. I guess a street urchin gives you a little more in athletics, which is good. A mummer. Mummer's not bad, but I'd rather have the athletics, I do believe. Of course, you have a courtier. Noble in training. That's some decent stuff. And a novice. So, we are going to go with the street urchin. Later, you became... Alright, so we're at a squire right now. Let's take a look at horse trainer. No. An outlaw. Outlaw has a decent amount of agility, but it's really given a lot in power. Yeah, actually, power strike's alright. It might not be a terrible start right there. Alright, so after an outlaw, we could potentially be a farmer, which gives a lot in strength. Not really what we're looking for. A thief. A thief gives a whole lot in athletics. Could be a scribe. Obviously, that's not going to be what we want. A sellsword. Sellsword gives 9 in strength, 8 in athletics. Let's compare that to, say, an outlaw, which is 7 in strength, 8 in athletics. And what does the... So the outlaw gets 3 in power strike. A sellsword Actually, the sellsword doesn't get that much in the way of skills, does he? He gets that 9 strength, but other than that, I think he gets less in the way of skills. Yeah, this outlaw is actually just flat out better on skills. So, we also have a game poacher, which gives power draw, riding, power strike, weapon master, iron flesh. It's not terribly bad. Then you have blacksmith. Once again, that's not really what we're looking for. Goods peddler, obviously not what we're looking for. Then you have the bard. Which basically, that bard is quite good in riding, doesn't it? Huh. I guess because bards travel from place to place? I don't know. And then you have the squire. I'm actually quite tempted to go with the outlaw here. Although, what was the other one that gave a whole lot in the way of athletics? So, the thief is 7 and 8. The outlaw is 7 and 8. And the sellsword is 9 and 8. I believe we're actually going to go for the outlaw here. We'll take that extra points in power strike there. The athletics are not bad. So, we'll probably go with, I don't know what any of these are. Wanderlust actually gives us 1 extra in agility there. What's the difference between... So, Personal Revenge gives us an extra in Power Strike. Wanderlust gives us an extra point of agility. Well, it's a toss-up between Wanderlust and Personal Revenge. I think we're just going to go ahead and go for Wanderlust there. So, you were born years ago. Your father was a man-at-arms. He served Old Lord Wint as a guardsman, a boring and predictable life. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a street urchin. As a boy growing out of childhood, you took to the streets, doing whatever you must to survive. Begging, thieving, and working for gangs to earn your bread, you lived from day to day in this violent world, often sleeping in alleys or on rooftops, always one step ahead of the city watch and those who wished you ill. Then, as a young adult, life changed as it always does. You became an outlaw. You became a part of a band of outlaws and grew adept at the art of ambush. You learned how to wield with some facility whatever weapon your prey bequeathed to you. When times were good, you caroused and feasted like a king. When pickings were slim, you lived off the land and performed quick raids on small villages. You prided yourself on your adaptability and capacity for violence. But soon everything changed, and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision was wanderlust. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. You're not even sure when your home became a prison, when the familiar became mundane. But your dreams of wandering have taken over your life. Whether you yearn for some faraway place or merely to open the road and freedom to travel, you could no longer bear to stay in the same place. You simply went and never looked back. As a common man, you face some difficulties establishing yourself as an equal among the great lords. Alright, so we are a common man. Actually, we're about as common as you can get. Man-at-arms, street urchin, outlaw. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. Allow me to quit without saving. We're going to go ahead and take that up to 12, I do believe. We're going to go ahead and put our strength up to 8. And we'll bump our Weapon Master up to 4. We'll go ahead and put those next 2 points into Athletics. And so we'll be able to move fairly quickly and should hopefully master our weapons at a decent speed. I'm going to go ahead and put everything into one-handed. I do like two-handed weapons, but the chances of it starting me out with a two-handed weapon are slim to none. So we are going to be a melee monster here. We'll go with a name that everyone recognizes. Conan has entered the Game of Thrones. Soon Conan will be the High King. Alright, so let's randomize our look here. See if we can find a suitably Conan-ish looking fellow. We just have to find a face that I like and then change the hair. Actually, that looks fairly Conan-ish. Let's go with that. You join a merchant and his family traveling towards Storm's Inn. Green shoots of wheat, barley, and oats are all across the dark soil of the rolling hills. And on the lower slopes of the snow-capped mountains, herds of cattle, orcs, and sheep are grazing on the summer grass. Occasionally, too, you catch sight of one of the great war horses that are the pride of the nobility. The land here is rich, but also troubled, as the occasional burnt-out farm bears witness, a testament to the chaos the Tyrell host caused when it marched through 16 years earlier. You keep a wide berth of the forests, where desperate men have taken refuge, men like yourself since you were an outlaw. While passing by the burned ruins of Summerhall, the merchant declares that he's changed his mind, wanting to take his wares to the Weeping Tower instead. Having heard of Lysini galley docking at the nearby harbor. Following a long trek through the Rainwood, you finally see the town of the Weeping Tower in the distance. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn, and go in search of a decent tavern. According to an old blind man sitting in the corner drinking a mug of stale ale, a kraken has been seen off the coast of the Dorne, and a 5-headed calf has been born, killing its mother in the process. Surely an omen to be taken seriously. Dismissing the old fool as crazy, you venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end. The rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. So, we're all alone out in the street, and we hear someone whipping out a sword. And apparently it's only given me a... Is this a dagger? Gave Conan the Barbarian a dagger, that's all it gave me? I can't even block with a dagger. Crap. Really? How am I supposed to win a fight with a dagger against somebody like that? That's just ridiculous. Alright, so we awaken in this man's house here. Obster Clerk. Oh, you're awake. It is good to see that you can still walk. You're lucky that we came along. I had been speaking with the castle guards when we heard the sounds of a fight, and ran to see what was happening. We didn't arrive in time to prevent you from getting knocked down, but we may have saved you from getting your throat cut. Now, maybe you can help me. You seem a little disoriented. I do not know who you are or where you're from, and to tell you the truth, I do not care. I am a simple merchant, and if I've learned anything, it's that merchants are the first to suffer in hard times. So I am planning to travel to another country. Peaceful and rainless, I hope. I've heard that the Free City's gold flows from water fountains, so maybe I'll try my fortune in Pentos or Volantis. Anyway, I advise you, before I leave, to do the same, and seek your own fortune in other lands. War is sure to engulf the 7 kingdoms. Now that the hand has been executed and the people will be nothing more than war fodder, poverty feeds on the weak, and strong men abuse the sword and the lance to impose their power and control over the humble ones. In order to take trade, we must pay heavy taxes in each city, sort out bandits and pirates, and pray that the local lord, ignorant or lazy, do not decide to get half of our merchandise to fund his next feast, or buy a new horse for his son. But I am getting ahead of myself. Take my advice and go across the narrow sea until a new king has been crowned and anointed by the high septum. Law and unity will remain a vulture's feasting table, so I pray, seek your destiny elsewhere. I appreciate the sentiment, but I think I will stay. War brings opportunity, and I mean to seize my chance, and make a name for myself. Oh? Well, I suppose you're right at that, but remember this. War also brings maimed men and raped women, dead children and shattered hopes. Still, you have a certain look of ability to you. Take this silver and remember me, should you ever make something of yourself. Thank you, my friend. Fair travels to you. Alright. So we're actually a little injured here. Alright, you are now moving the overland map. Okay, yes, blah blah blah. We already know all of that. Let's go to the marketplace here and talk to the arms merchant. We've got about 200 gold coins here. Apparently a club is about all I can really afford here. Crappy little one-handed club. So let's just... Oh, wait a second. It gave me a sword. I don't need a club at all. I guess I can sell this peasant's tunic here. I don't need that freaking dagger. Oh, wait a second. I don't have the strength to wield the sword. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to level up before I can actually use that thing. Really, I don't have power draw 1 either. Okay, so all I've got is a crappy club. Alright, so one of the differences between the Clash of Kings mods and any other mod out there is the arena. The arena is actually a pretty big difference here. Good day, my friend. If you came to watch the tourneys, you've come in vain. There won't be a tourney here anytime soon. No, actually, I've come to compete in the arena. Yes, I will take your reward here. Alright, so in the Clash of Kings mod, you actually enter the arena with your own armor and weapons. So when you're starting out like me, it's not terribly good for you. Okay, I'm gonna run over here and hopefully I can grab a war mace or something here. Crap. Oh, this is difficult with a crappy weapon here. Oh, wait a second, we have a sword. Can I... It's not gonna let me use it, is it? I need to improve my, skills here. Come on now. Crap. Darn you. Took my kill. I'm doing halfway decent for having a crappy little club here. Aha. Okay, so I kind of beat 3 opponents. At least I lived through a lot of fights. Alright. So, that's gonna be it for that. I believe what we'll actually do here is go ahead and end this video here, and we'll pick it up on the next one. I may see if I can recruit a few guys. Would actually prove somewhat useful to us if... Let's take a look at our inventory again. I actually need 10 strength to actually wield that sword. Yeah. So I can definitely improve my strength as I level up here. I'm glad I put my 1 additional point into strength. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and end our video here. And we'll figure out what we're going to do in the next one. So as always, if you enjoy our videos, I hope you'll like and subscribe. And we will see you again soon. Thank you very much.